And just like that, we're talking to machines about our lives. Are you? Let's be honest, who's opened ChatGPT or another AI after that argument? After a long day at work when you're venting about your boss, when you're wondering if they love you or they don't? Show of hands. Yeah? Yeah, there's plenty of you. And I suspect there's more. It's hard to believe that consumer generative AI has only been widely accessible since late 2022. In 2026, AI chatbots are used by hundreds of millions of people, with ChatGPT alone reporting 900 million active weekly users. And get this, a recent Harvard Business Review analysis ranked therapy and companionship as the top-rated usage case for generative AI in their data set. And it makes sense. AI is always available, low cost, and non-judgmental. So often easier than talking to another person or a stranger therapist. And this is what matters. That voice or text response you receive cannot feel anything. Yes, AI now way outperforms us in some reasoning and pattern recognition. But what makes us human is not just thinking. It's feeling, connecting, being. I've been in private practice with psychotherapy and coaching for over 15 years. And just a few weeks ago, I had a unique experience. A client of mine shared a profound dynamic in their personal relationship, and I offered my perspective. Their eyes lit up. "You're so clever," they said. "That's exactly what ChatGPT told me." Somehow I'd passed the ChatGPT therapist test. But in that moment, I realized something important. My client had projected authority onto a machine in the very space they sought understanding. And that's what we're all doing, isn't it? This conversation is not just about technology, but more critically about what makes us human alongside this technology. So today, this is what we're going to cover. Why are we so vulnerable in forming strong bonds with AI? What does genuine human connection offer that AI cannot? How can we use AI more intentionally in this space? And where the dangers lie? Whether you have used AI or use AI daily, or you've never opened one, this conversation is for you, because the cultural shifts they represent touch all of us. So why are we so vulnerable in forming strong bonds with AI in the first place? Well, developmental psychology tells us that from birth, we need emotional connection to a responsive primary carer, as important to survival as food and warmth. We are social animals, and without this emotional connection that we also get through holding and eye contact, we can develop without a sense of our true selves, and we suffer. There'll be many of you sitting here today with unmet childhood needs. Maybe you felt unseen or unheard or had to earn love. And as adults, the hunger for this belonging and recognition only deepens, leaving you and me vulnerable to seek connection wherever we can find it. Secondly, and more broadly, we live in a world shaped by systems that have long prioritized productivity over people. We're encouraged to leave our feelings at the door, and so often operate emotionally disconnected from ourselves and from each other. And once again, this leaves us yearning for connection wherever we can find it. so often substituted by consumption, distraction, and addiction. Step in the AI chatbot, which mimics exactly what we crave: instant, non-judgmental attunement. And unlike real relationships, they don't get bored, they don't get tired, and they don't threaten to leave us. Remember, most AI companies are now incentivized to maximize usage, not well-being, which makes them over-agreeable and flattering. I don't know about you, but I find it hard not to feel great when my AI chatbot says, "Well done, Jean. I know this means so much to you," when I should know it doesn't have a clue what anything means to me. They cannot feel anything, but their conversational tone can feel relationally very real to us. So what does genuine human connection offer that AI cannot? I asked a long-standing client of mine who uses AI extensively for personal work, why do they still come to therapy? And they told me, "Jean, you hold the parts I can't curate." And that reminded me, AI can mimic empathy, but the deepest parts of us need to be felt. When last did someone truly listen to you? No fixing, no interrupting, just presence. How did your body feel? What does a toddler need when they're upset? To feel safe in the world, they need holding. You see, genuine human connection is an embodied nervous system response. Trauma is not a thought we can just reason away. If it were, a self-help book would heal us, or an agreeable machine would suffice. But true connection and healing requires the safety and presence of another human being. So can AI help with human connection? Yes. Used wisely and intentionally, I believe it can. And let me use an example from my practice to illustrate to you what I mean. A client came in struggling with a relationship with their mother. We agreed to use AI in preparation for our next session. Instead of just venting, "My mother frustrates me," which would have just got agreement, they used some psychological frameworks that I'd suggested to refine their prompting, and specifically asked AI for alternative perspectives and blind spots. In our next session, we reviewed the feedback. What fit, what didn't fit. My client was able to identify internalized beliefs about their mother and reframe them with deeper compassion. And then we could move into the underlying emotions and trauma response. And I witnessed their body soften. My safe human presence alongside the AI preparation resulted in a deeply embodied shift, and they were able to connect more authentically with Mum. AI held the thinking, whilst I held the feeling. Now, you may not be in therapy, and it's not the only path, and therapy is out of reach for millions of people globally, but this principle applies to anybody using AI for personal work. Your chatbot can be an effective tool to organize your thoughts and feelings, to empower you in emotional readiness to engage in deeper human connection. But this is where the danger lies. Our engagement with AI in this space needs to be intentional and accountable to another person, or there can be dark consequences. Clinicians are now raising concerns about AI-related psychosis and self-harm. Psychosis is when somebody loses touch with reality. And as AI feedback feeds back and mirrors us to maximize usage, it can deepen the thoughts that harm us in the first place. And those with pre-existing conditions, this can be extremely dangerous. And there are now recorded cases of this type of usage leading to suicide. As we outsource our judgment to AI, we can lose the habit of checking in with our own values. And over time, this erodes our autonomy and our critical thinking. And as AI becomes more and more and more perfect at responding to our needs, we can become disappointed in real relationships that cannot do the same. You see, relational resilience is built on unpredictability, rupture, and repair. And without that, we risk becoming isolated and dependent on the machine's fake intimacy. And we can start to believe that nobody understands us. This is a dystopian future that we must all worry about. When we lose the capacity or the desire to connect with each other. And then the most important thing is we need to pay attention to the younger generations who are growing up in this technology right from the beginning. Research tells us that 25% of teenagers aged 13 to 17 in England and Wales used a chatbot specifically for mental health support in the past year. There are now toys for young children that keep them company with AI voice interaction. No holding, no eye contact. Our children will use this technology, and that gives us an opportunity. In the age of intelligent machines, the most important thing we can teach our children is what makes us human. Our humanity lies in deep, genuine, emotional connection. Talk with your children, hold them, and model emotional wisdom. And we can guide them towards real bonds and away from fake substitutes. So this is my message to you today. Let's bring the AI therapist into the light. Use it intentionally. Use it alongside real human connection, or we risk a dangerous relationship with this technology. Keep speaking to your family, to your children, to yourselves about how you are using AI. Because this technology will shape the future, and our humanity can guide it. Our humanity must guide it. Thank you.